National Framework for Climate Services actually is deducted or is actually from the Global Framework for Climate Services, and this is being initiated by World Meteorological Organization in collaboration with other partners. So for West Africa, where we fall within the ECOWAS zone, we had this support from ECOWAS and then the technical aspect from WMO to help us develop this framework. So this actually started in 2019, where a consultant was recruited to be able to do the assessment and develop the framework. Stakeholder engagement were done to make sure that every stakeholders are on board this framework, knowing what is required in there. And then we did also a validation workshop to make sure that whatever has been collated by the consultants, we are all actually aware and then are ready to support for this implementation. So that has been done and sent back to WMO for review. We've actually gone through that process, and the last step was to launch the framework. So last year, 23rd March 2023, that was the World Meteorological Day. We had the opportunity to launch the National Framework for Climate Services through the support of Policy Link that actually provided the resources to be able to help us. And stakeholders were invited, and we all together launch this framework successfully. But we will say the launch alone doesn't mean that this framework just starts its operation. It needs some legal backing. So currently a consultant has been recruited to work on the development of this legislative instrument to support the backing. And so that is what we are on. But we held a national stakeholder workshop. So we need to create more awareness. We need to get everybody on board. So we were also privileged. Last year at COP, we met the National Development Planning Commission, that's NDPC, together with EPA and then the United Nations Disaster Risk Reduction. Then we also had, we were supposed to have more there, but they didn't join. But internally, we still had a meeting together to see how best we can also make sure that this framework is not only supporting the implementation of NFC climate services alone, but also support early warning within the country. So currently, we'll say EPA and then you and NDPC are also on board this course to champion the implementation, because the National Framework for Climate Services can easily integrate with the national or support the national adaptation plan, which is one of the documents that help us to be able to make sure that in trying to mitigate or adapt to our climate change policies that will help us cutting across all sectors are actually